Hey, what's going on, man?
So I want today, Dave.
You guys are so. I know you're just playing your roles, which is great, but you guys are
Oh,
nuts.
and you not?
I'm
I was
not.
gonna say, get the fuck out of my face.
All right, let's go. I'm not playing. Rundown.
That
Jan-
was amazing.
January 21st, Deflategate, and we just had. I am not playing a role. You guys are playing like the schlub roles, more so probably KFC. You and we'll get into it. And Big Cat, I see what you're doing, and we talked a little bit about yesterday. There's so many things. We'll just go through it. I'm 1,000% right about it all. There's not even. I'm not KFC. I'm not right about. What have I said that's not right? I am right.
That's it. It's over, right? You're
No,
right.
I am right. This has nothing to do with football. This was, nobody noticed this during the game. This is something that maybe, if you want to talk like in a curved stick in hockey that everybody does, and in the playoffs you call it out, but maybe it's the Patriots, so it's now this huge conspiracy. That's all anybody's talking about, and I know your thing is, well, you're talking about it. Yeah, we're under attack. When we come under attack, we respond in kind. We don't just let you drop your artillery on our heads and then be like, oh, that was fun. No. You have to respond to it, and you have to point out how stupid, petty, and jealous it is. It's very similar to Spygate. The Patriots probably weren't even hiding this. Every quarterback has come out and said, oh, we do the same thing. Like, this is, everybody does this. Anybody could have dropped a dime on anybody at any time. The reason people do it on the Patriots is because all we do is win. You don't like Belichick. The media doesn't like Belichick. Other coaches don't like Belichick. So it's like, we can't beat him on the field. We just lost by 6,000. So let's needle him a little bit. That's all this is. It is, they hate us because they ain't us. That's just what it is. It's really no different than Spygate, to be totally honest. Spygate coaches, Ditka came out, Schottenheimer came out, Jimmy Johnson came out there like, oh, we do the same thing. But Mangini, who was on the staff, Belichick said, you're not ready to be a head coach. You went to your miserable franchise, KFC. We literally took his fist and shoved it up his anus for 5 years. And he cried. He's like, oh, but we just lost 60-0. But they do this tape thing. And then he's out of the league. And he fucking now is broken, homeless, and a bum. And he's basically like, I should have never done that. Whoever said this about the Colts will probably do the same thing. That's Deflategate. Doesn't bother me. It's not cheating. It is not cheating. It's games. It's what everybody does.
No, listen. Just because everybody else does something doesn't mean it's not cheating. If everyone else cheats and you cheat, you cheated.
But the only reason people say it's because
doesn't matter.
It's us.
Dave, it doesn't matter why you get caught cheating. If you break the law and the police catch you because someone ratted you out, you still got caught.
But
You're
it's like
right.
a gentleman.
You're probably right. People are absolutely jealous of the Patriots. Like, do you think that people are not jealous? Of course I'm jealous of the Patriots.
Of course you are.
Right. So it doesn't matter. Like, we're going to agree with that, right?
You have
The fact that may lead to you getting ratted out for cheating doesn't mean you're not cheating. Doesn't matter why you get caught.
It's not ratting out. Like, there's rules in every sport that just don't get if they cared about this rule, if they're like, this is a rule we really care about, you wouldn't be giving teams 12 of their own fucking footballs. You wouldn't do that. It's just something nobody cares about.
Well, I mean, they do test it. The refs do test it.
Yeah, but then, I mean, you give it back to people.
Right, and hoping that you don't cheat.
Hoping that, again, you don't let something that people give a fuck about that much the opportunity to do anything to it. If it mattered.
You're basically saying, well, the front door was open, so I took your TV.
But everybody is doing the same thing.
Like, it tends towards the side of gamesmanship, but it's still a rule that you broke for a competitive advantage. We're not saying this is like the greatest cheating scandal of all time. We're not saying you did something completely unprecedented. We're saying, once again, as the Patriots have tended to do in the past, you're breaking, bending, and manipulating rules for a competitive advantage. And if you would just say that, Dave, if you would just say that and be like, I don't fucking care we're the bad guys. We cheat. We do whatever it takes to win. I would be okay with that. But instead, and that would be your whole they hate us because they ain't us. You would be the villain. You would be the bad guy.
I don't say
But then
that.
I see you for 48 hours. Aaron Rodgers does it too. And you just only say that because it's Bill Belichick.
But that's
and no
what-
one else gets a
Yeah,
competitive
but-
advantage.
no,
If
you-
were truly
you-
the bad guy villain, you wouldn't even spend any time trying to defend this. You would just say, fuck it, we're cheaters.
You stupid little man. Of course you would say both. They're both true.
This is the problem, Dave. I know you have this new nickname, Middleman Dan, even though I just used my brain with the whole thing. Like I said, I don't think it's the end of the world. Anyone who says that they shouldn't go to the Super Bowl is a fucking moron. Just like anyone who says everyone's doing it, it totally doesn't matter and it's not cheating is a moron, because it is. By the definition, it is. It is. I don't care. I don't care.
But the only reason this is an issue
doesn't matter why.
is
It
because
doesn't
it's
matter
us.
why you got caught.
Dave,
What?
Dave,
We didn't get caught,
the
KFC.
sport.
That is what you guys told. We did not get caught. We got tattled on, but Belichick could have tattled on Aaron Rodgers. Anybody can tattle. There's codes, there's unwritten rules that
Hold
people
on.
break with the Patriots because they hate us so much.
First of all, the whole tattle thing, you're just taking from one source.
What are you talking about from one
They
source?
said the story is that the Colts linebacker picked the ball off.
Yeah,
and
that guy said, I never said anything.
Okay, so here's
Throw
our
that right out the
problem,
window.
Dave. Here's our problem. You haven't picked a side. You haven't picked a story. You just pick a story and stick with it. You wrote the Pinata Blog 6 months ago saying you can't be rubbing pine tar on a baseball. You throw out the weather. Was it the weather, Dave? It was 50 degrees.
No.
Did the weather make the balls go down? Just pick a story. Either you cheated, or it was the weather, or everyone does it, or it's not a big deal. Just pick a side and stick with it. That's all we want.
I'm glad that you just walked into that gigantic mousetrap, the pinata thing, that I was leaving like the trap door open on that. First of all, two things. If you go back, I don't have time because we're under attack right now. So there's new stories I don't live in a city where all my teams are disasters like KFC, so I can go comb through the annals of time to pick blogs. But if you did, you would notice that I've probably written about 3,000 steroid blogs where I'm like, I want my guys to use steroids. I don't care about steroids. The Pinata blog, which is not apples to apples, because Pinata, my point in, I think even if you read this, Pinata was openly doing something in the face of every single person, myself, Joe Schmo, watching. He came out in like blackface, except it was pine tar. And everyone's like, this fucking guy has... And he did it again after he was like, you can't do that. It's like he wore a pine tar suit out on the mound where everyone what the fuck is this doing? No one would know the Patriots are doing shit if it wasn't for some guy in a dark alley who's a slug who hates the Patriots and hates Belichick dropping a dime. No one would know the football had 1/4 of a third inch. The baseball thing was so in your face obvious, it was spitting on people. Huge difference.
Pinata had a history of cheating. Is that what you're saying? He had a history of breaking the rules.
He was slapping everybody in the face. No, it would be like this. If someone came over to Belichick, listen, it would be like if someone came over to Belichick. No, I can't talk. This is my team. I can't talk now. It would be like if someone came over to Belichick and was like, hey, you can't deflate footballs, and the cameras are on him. He's like, hey, camera, talking to the ref, took the pump. He's like, all right, we won't deflate the footballs anymore, and did it in front of everybody. That's what Pinata did.
You can't make up like these rules about how and why you can get caught cheating.
Guys.
You can't do that. I mean, listen, if you want to say it's breaking an unwritten rule and you want to say that's because people are jealous, that's probably all true. It doesn't change the fact that you got caught fucking cheating.
We did not get caught. Someone tattled. There's a gigantic
That
difference.
doesn't matter.
KFC, these coaches in this league are a merry-go-round. They know what everybody's doing. It's an unwritten fucking rule that everybody does that. It put the league and it put America in a bad spot.
Right. we know now, whether it was tattling, whether it was getting caught, everyone knows what you do. Yet again, break the rules for a competitive advantage. Just say it.
But everybody does it.
Just say it.
Say what?
The truth shall set you free, Dave.
Say
Just
what?
Say it and own up to it.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say you're cheaters.
No, we're
say
not
it.
cheaters.
Say the Patriots are cheaters and they do it to win. And
No.
say, I don't give a fuck because I'm in the Super Bowl again. That's exactly what I'd be saying if I was you. I wouldn't be crying about Aaron Rodgers and Brad Johnson paying $7,500 and all these other fucking ridiculous excuses.
No,
I would
you're
be the
missing
villain
it.
who just doesn't fucking care.
You're missing the point. If, per usual, if Belichick devised a way to cheat that no one else had ever thought of and was better, I would be all for it.
No, he didn't. He went with a generic lame route.
He
And
did.
got
That's
picked for it
my
because nobody
point.
fucking likes him. You are the Patriots. You are held to a higher
But you
standard.
can't say
People are
it both
gunning for you.
ways.
People will rat you
I'm
out.
pro-cheating. I am pro-cheating.
You're not, because you won't even admit that you do it.
It's not an admission. I'm not embarrassed by it. It's just this isn't it. This is not
I
it.
don't know how that's not it when there's a rule and then you break the rule.
Because everybody's breaking the rules.
Who's everybody?
Doesn't matter.
Aaron Rodgers.
Did you listen to Aaron Rodgers? Did you listen to Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
The actual clip?
Yeah, he said he overinflated the balls.
Yeah, and then before the refs test them, and also overinflation is actually a disadvantage to all his receivers.
It's still the ball has to be in a certain spot. That's what the rule is.
And he does it before the refs. He doesn't then go with a pump on the sidelines and pump up the balls.
I don't think that's what he
Listen to
said.
what he said.
There was Carolina.
You're losing him. No, hold on. Because you're at the point now where you're just going to yell over every point that we make. Did you listen to what Aaron Rodgers said?
Yes, I blogged it.
He overinflates the balls and sees if the refs will notice. He basically says, here, refs, you have to inspect the ball. Is it right or not? Not refs say, okay, the ball's good, and then goes and sits on the fucking sideline with this pump.
I don't recall that being what was said, but I'd have to re-listen. Carolina and Tampa Bay this year, both illegally.
Are you talking about the fact that they heated the balls?
Yeah.
Both teams?
Yes.
Both teams in the same game decided that they would heat the
Doesn't
ball.
matter. They're both illegal. You can't mix your things, Dan. You can't mix it. Those are both illegal.
No, I'm not. If the Patriots had said, hey, the Colts, come here. We're going to all deflate our ball.
That changes your thing. Those are both illegal. It's illegal. You can't do it. Tampa and Carolina was both illegal. They didn't talk to each other. Those are both illegal. They didn't agree.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I'm pretty sure I remember the game, and they were like, it's cold, and we're going to do this.
No, I read the article today. The league told them to both stop doing it, and they kept doing it.
Next one.
So I win that one. What about the guy who paid $7,500?
Brad Johnson, the story that's been out. Do you understand what he did? Do you get what the difference is? He basically made it so that it was completely fair. Because the way the NFL used to work was the home team the away team didn't get to scuff their balls or touch their balls before the game.
It doesn't matter. You're going back. So he took it within his own devices and broke a rule to make it fair in his opinion.
They were exactly the same playing field.
Doesn't matter. You're changing the rules, Dan. We're playing under the same playing field as everybody else. How do you know the Colts didn't deflate the ball? We just didn't complain.
Because they didn't get investigated for it, and it didn't look like.
So nobody ever has deflated balls then, because no one's ever been investigated for it.
No, as far as I know, no one has.
Okay, that's your take then.
No, I'm just saying. Look,
every quarterback is saying Matt Leinart today on Twitter.
Let's go, Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart all day on Twitter today set everyone down. Big Cat. Every quarterback saying they do something to the ball, but Big Cat says he's never seen proof, so it hasn't happened. Okay.
No, it doesn't matter if everyone does it anyway. It doesn't matter. Everyone could do it. It's like everyone did steroids. You still cheated. You're still a cheater. Just say it.
We are not cheaters.
Dave, just say it.
We're not cheaters. We're not cheaters.
You'll feel so much better, Dave. Just say.
All we are is under a microscope because we're the best and we have a coach who people don't like.
Doesn't matter why. You're probably right. You're under a microscope. You're held to a higher standard. It's the Patriot way. You have to deal with it.
It's not your fault that Bill Belichick cheated. Just say it. It's not your fault.
And there's a chance Bill Belichick didn't even know about this.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, okay. See, I hate this shit that you guys pull when you're like, the mastermind Belichick. He's the Darth Vader. He knows everything that's going on. Oh, but he didn't know about the football.
There's a chance in this particular case.
He knows every little thing that goes on at Foxborough. You can't play both sides.
I personally think he knew, but there is a chance.
hypocritical fan base ever.
Hypocritical. I've been the same way all the way along. You guys are just pulling at strings. Just like the fact that Big Cat's little rant today, like we're the only ones talking about or we're talking about more. I mean, that's crazy. It's the cover of like
Dave, everyone's talking about it. We're the only ones that keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
That's not true. That's a blatant lie.
It's also Pats fans who are the ones sitting around literally talking about deflated balls more than anything. I got Pats fans they sent me handwritten mathematical equations proving how the weather could have done the 2 pounds per square inch.
KFC.
It's not about that. It's about your fan base. It's about your franchise consistently cheating and showing a pattern of bending and breaking the rules, and you won't admit it.
KFC. If you can think, last time the Jets were in the Super Bowl, all right, think in your mind how much news comes. That's all any. Oh, wait. You've never been in the Super Bowl.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to commenter.
No,
we're gonna go.
No, but it's true. What do you think? We're sitting here in Boston when it's like Pearl Harbor. You guys are the Japs. Flying over, dropping bombs, Pearl Harbor, and you want us just to be like, ho-hum, it's beautiful out.
Yes,
Nobody's talking about it.
That's all you ever talk about. You always talk about being the best and being above it all, and you stoop down to these stupid fucking levels, arguing about the fucking weight of footballs. I wrote a blog laying out every lame stereotype of Pats fans, and you just, in the first 16 minutes of this,
KFC,
walked into every single one of them.
Lunacy to say that we're responding to attack.
The Jets were in the Super Bowl.
We are responding. We are under attack.
For someone who doesn't care and like who's just like, oh, you guys are just jealous. They hate us because they ain't us. You're really riled up.
What do you mean I don't care?
No, but you say like, oh, they hate us because they ain't us.
It's true.
Jealousy. We're just better than everyone. I love that everyone's talking about me.
I do.
From you. You're really riled up about it. And then you get upset that you're getting attacked, but you love that everyone's talking.
No, I'm upset that you're saying we're the only ones talking about it.
No, I didn't. I was upset. You totally missed it. I was upset that you're pretending like we're just responding to the media.
We are.
No, Dave, you fucking threw out a weather theory that had nothing to do with the weather in the game.
No, but that's people saying it's competitive advantage, blah, blah, blah. There's always deflated footballs.
Dave, I know what you did with that blog. That's lawyer. You should have been a lawyer. You muddied the water.
I'm not muddying the water. I don't have to. This is as black and white an issue as 1 + 1 is 2.
I got people tweeting at me being like, well, what about how cold it was and the balls being deflated? It was 50 degrees. You put it in people's brains that they were playing in the ice bowl and the balls were so fucking small.
I'm just saying deflated balls is such a small, stupid issue that we shouldn't be talking about it. And but you are talking about, because it's the cover of 3,000 things, and people are saying we should forfeit every 2 seconds.
I already said that was idiot. Listen,
so what do you want me to do? Not respond to it?
Listen, I think we can all agree. Wilbon, the fucking Indy star guy, anyone who's saying the Patriots shouldn't be in the Super Bowl or that Bob Kraft should fire Bill Belichick or Bill Belichick should be banned from the NFL should never be allowed to write a sports column again. Okay? We can all agree on that. That's the dumbest logic, and like you can't just make up rules as you go along. But you just refusing to say that you guys cheated.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Even in the beginning of the week, all the rundowns were civil. Everyone was like, inflated footballs really don't matter. It was a blowout anyway. None of this started until Pats fans felt the need to fucking get all defensive and sensitive and insecure again.
Again, KFC, if you ever had a team that you
here
rooted
we go again. Dude, one time for me, Dave. One time.
It plays a factor.
It has nothing to do with my team sucking. One time.
Yes, it does. You've never been like in this situation when the entire country is coming at you for nothing.
Dave,
the entire country isn't coming at you.
Yes, it is.
No, there's like 4 sports writers that are being total fucking jack-offs. Most people, and that's why I resent the middleman Dan thing, because you know what? That's what most people think about this. They think, okay, well, it was pretty shady, and it's a little weird, and you don't really feel good about it, but it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal because everyone's making it a big deal.
No, you're making it a big deal.
In your brain.
Feidelberg, are you hearing how stupid these two people are? I'm listening. It's insane. I am responding.
Heidelberg says that he doesn't understand Gronk's tweet. And you play both sides again. You say Gronk is so dumb and he's like a big puppy, and then you're like, Bill, why did Gronk tweet that when Bill Belichick entrusted him with secrets? No one gives Gronk secrets. That doesn't
I didn't
happen.
say that. I said the exact what?
What is he talking about?
Now
just
Fileberg's
texted
mad.
me
I
last
didn't say
night
that.
that
I never said that. I didn't say anything that you just said. I said Gronk had no.
I said Feidelberg did.
When did I say anything about entrusting Gronk with secrets?
You said that you didn't think, like, why would he tweet that if they knew that the balls were deflated?
We didn't even talk about that tweet.
Yeah, we did last night.
I tweeted it I texted you last night. You didn't reply to me.
It's okay.
Whatever. We can move on. I mean, that again, it's very easy for you two to sit in loser cities and just be like, basically,
Dude,
we're
it's
just the only ones talking about it when every cover of your paper is talking about it.
All it comes down to one thing for me. If you want to play the villain and the big bad guy,
We are.
You can't be defending and crying like a little bitch about it.
I'm not crying like a little
You
bitch.
are. You're blaming everybody else rather than just being like,
Who
yeah,
am
we
I
did it.
blaming?
What?
Who am I blaming?
You're blaming the entire rest of the league. You're blaming snitches because you guys are so much better than everyone.
That's the truth.
That is true, but it doesn't matter. So just say to yourself, yes, we got ratted out on because we're a better team, but we cheated.
I did. I've said that 1,000 times.
Did you say we cheated?
It's not cheating.
All right, next topic because this is stupid.
There's a rule, and it was broken.
There's a million rules that get broken. Their gamesmanship. It's like, isn't there some sort of rule in baseball with like time?
Pintar? Yeah, with Pintar on
No,
that.
no,
Went
like-
on a rant about that.
With like how long you can stand in the batter's box.
That's not what this.
Get out of here.
Why?
That's not-
It's a rule. That's what you guys are saying. It's a blue law.
This is the pine tar rule. It's the same thing as a pine tar rule. And if
Correct.
you want,
All right, fine.
If
I can live with that.
Sir puts pine tar on a baseball this summer, I'm going to say he cheated, and he gets caught. He cheated.
No, it's closer to the pine tar actually on George Brett's bat. It's much closer to that, which they changed the rule because it made no difference. And for this, they'll probably
But
come
he
back
cheated.
and say
Whoa, George Brett got kicked out of the game. He cheated.
the rule like 4 years
Got
later.
kicked out of the game.
Correct.
He cheated.
Correct.
So
It's the same
you
thing.
want to continue with
Yeah,
that
it's
analogy.
cheating. It's the same thing.
No, I
He
wouldn't say he cheated. And I think if you asked George Brett, did you cheat? He'd say no, and so would every baseball player. Be like, it was a dumb rule that made no sense. The rule is gone. The rule is not there. It was the Yankees being assholes using a technicality. It's the same thing. That's how I look at George Brett. So you guys think George Brett's a cheater?
No, I didn't say he's a cheater.
All right, then let's move on.
He cheated in
Let's
that-
move
oh
on.
my God, no,
Lady,
fuck.
let's
He cheated
move
in that
on. George
specific-
Brett, not a cheater, but got kicked out, but he cheated. Okay, perfect. That
You're
makes
such
sense.
a
Lady misses the ferry. KFC.
I mean, why do we even bother talking about anything else? What I liked about it the most is when she.
Yeah, we don't have to. There's nothing else we can talk about. Let's end it. End, unless you have State of the Union stuff.
That guy's haircut
Yeah.
was incredible, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the two people who clapped when they weren't supposed to clap, fucking up clapping at the State of the Union is almost impossible.
I didn't have much time to watch it because I was getting put on my bunker helmet and digging my trenches
Where
to go
were
to
you,
war.
by the way? Feidelberg, to his credit, was taking all the fire last night.
I was sleeping. I got a little bit of a cold.
What do you think your friend Bill would say about that? He's entrusted you to defend the gates, and you're falling asleep at 9 p.m.
I didn't go to bed when this broke. Nothing was live when I fell asleep.
Right, but you do realize that if your friend Bill knows that he can sleep, knowing that you're watching the gates, and then you go to sleep,
It's the same thing, Dan. Belichick didn't know about the balls. Dave doesn't know about the balls. It's like their fearless leaders are asleep at the wheel here.
No, I may not go to sleep now till February 2nd. So, and Bob Kravitz, memo to you, Bob Kravitz. I have my media day passes, so you better hope I don't run into you
Oh boy.
because that's going to be a scene.
how many did you get?
2. Why would I want you in there like middleman Dan fucking going down being like, you're cheaters. We can't have that. We need a pro Patriot contingency.
Just such a hypocrite.
I'm not a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite.
No, I'm not. I'm not a hypocrite at all. I would have no problem one way or the other. You could either be all about the rules and all about integrity, or you can just be the villain and the bad guy, and you guys are playing both sides.
We are the villain and the bad guy, and that's why we get ratted out.
Yes, I know, but you're still cheating, and it doesn't matter why you get ratted out. You still did it. And you should be the villain and the bad guy and just stand up and be like,
it is not cheating.
Yeah, I did it. We cheated, and we're in the Super Bowl. That's what Feidelberg said, and I respected him for it. He's like, I don't care. Yeah, we did it.
With Feidelberg.
I don't care. We're on to Seattle.
Feidelberg has the actually right take on it because he's not trying to defend it as much as he's saying it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
He's like, it happened.
But we're talking like it doesn't matter. That's why it's not cheating.
Well, then stop getting all fucking sensitive about it. Be the
I'm
bad
not
guy. Villain
sensitive, Casey.
I'm
not gonna let you walk up to my front door with a bazooka and blow
point.
my fucking door off and be like,
Dave.
"Why'd you get so sensitive about me and my bazooka
Dave,
blowing your fucking front door off?" Because you just blew my fucking front door off.
But that's the point. The fact that you feel like I just blew your front door off is indicative of how you're feeling about this. You should think of that as throwing pebbles at the throne. The fact that I just blew off your front door is the fact that I'm in your head and you know what I'm saying.
No, dude.
Yes.
Travis in your brain.
To take the evil analogy, like, you can't go fuck with a mob boss. He's going to murder you.
Oh, God. Give me a break.
So that's so
ridiculous.
It's like Scarface. You can't Kaiser Sose. You don't talk shit about Kaiser Sose. You don't steal from Kaiser Sose. That's how you end up dead.
You were so rattled by everyone talking about the Patriots, but at the same time you love that everyone's talking about the Patriots. You just can't make up your mind.
Right.
No, I love it. I love being in the trenches. This is good give and take. I love it. Let's talk about how great they are. There's a reason we're always. I want to be the guy getting talked about, always. But I don't know how else you want it. You want me to be like, it doesn't bother me. I like getting in the trenches and strangling the life out of you.
You know what? I'm worried for your health, for real. Like that Vine, you need to.
What Vine?
You need to remember the one that I made. You went off the rails.
What one was that?
The one I made of you saying we're not talking about it.
We're not the ones talking about it. Go to the.
Because you're picking it, we have to talk. Again, it's the bazooka analogy.
I just need you to calm down before we go to Arizona because this is like
we got a long way to go, Dave. And I'm born for this. I've got hate in my heart. I'm used to this. I'm used to being in the trenches my whole life. I get blown up with a bazooka every fucking day. You can't handle this. You better toughen up, pal. You got a long way to go.
Toughen up. Dude, you don't.
You're a noodle.
You never.
You're a
you
noodle,
you never.
And we got like 11 days to go, and you're still crying.
You have zero experience with this. Zero.
Oh, okay. Once again, the walking stereotype. Let's make my team.
Kevin teams don't cheat, so you can't even. You're so riled up right now.
They do. They do all the same shit. It's just they're so bad at it, no one cares.
You're
all right,
so
cheater. See you later, cheater.
I just need you to breathe.
Bye, cheater.
Calmer than you are.
I mean, George Brett has to be a cheater. You can't say he's not.
I mean, whatever. You yelled over my point because you got into yelling phase.
See you, cheater.
Are you gonna be okay?
No, I'm great.
All right. Later.
As there's a as I get this new petition, suspend Bill Belichick from Super Bowl.
Who did that? See, that guy's an asshole.
It's like a one of those org things.
I will never, ever say those guys aren't the biggest dickheads in the world.
But you get it. The reason they're saying it is because you guys are saying they cheated.
No. The reason people are saying that is because they're fucking bored and they have nothing to do and they love to make mountains out of molehills.
No, they hate the Patriots. They hate Belichick. They hate Boston. They hate me. They hate Barstool. And this is their one little glimmer. They've been shut down in an attic like the entire time with my foot on them, and they get a little gleam of light coming through, and this is what they do.
Where's that petition? Will you send it to me? I'm going to sign it.